Cross case came up, and I'm not going to get into the cross case because we're short on time, so let's just say this. People in Utah were trying to declare the cross a secular monument, not Christian. Because if you don't call it Christian, you don't have to worry about equal access when you put it on public land. Right. So we fixed that. That's a Supreme Court win. We have a World Trade Center lawsuit. Those of you who are watching know that we are suing the World Trade Center because somehow some people think that if you took a great big cross, a 20-foot tall, now 20 feet tall is about that big, right, down to the ground. If you took a 20-foot tall cross, carved Jesus into it, carved prayers into it, install it on public land by a priest in a religious ceremony who consecrated the ground, the World Trade Center ground, that is not a religious observance. No. No, actually it is a religious observance. It's a total attempt by Christianity to usurp 9/11. 9/11 was an American tragedy, not a Christian event. And we will not let the 500 or so atheists who died on 9/11 to go unmemorialized. No! These are our billboards. We like our billboards. Our billboards are cutting edge, and they make people think, and they're there for a reason, because we want people to understand that we're here, that we're proud, that we're right. That's an important thing. Multiple advertising campaigns. I'm going to just skip through a bunch of this. Oh, free memberships to SSA grads. By the way, American Atheist puts out a magazine. Did you all know that? Yeah. We put out a magazine. We upgraded the magazine, and we announced last week the magazine is going to Barnes & Noble nationwide. Yeah. Which is going to put the word atheist facing out in all the Barnes & Nobles for the first time ever. Barnes & Noble took our magazine. We're getting distributed nationwide. Fox News is ignoring us.
That's awesome.
Wow. It sounds like we're making progress, doesn't it?
Yeah!
It sounds like we're making real, tangible progress. It sounds like, it feels like, for those of you who have not been in this movement for very long, this is totally different from what it was 10 years ago. This is totally different from what it was 5 years ago, when nobody would talk to us, when nobody would think about us, when nobody would do anything but laugh at us. This is different. Now they fear us. Now they solicit our business. Now they solicit our votes. This is just the beginning. Wait. So now what? Is that the first picture? That's the picture. Now, just to give you an idea, that picture up there, that's from the Godless Americans March on Washington in 2002. That's the last largest atheist event in world history. 2,500 people. 30,000 people descended last week. 30,000 atheists descended last week. That was something. All eyes to November. We need to reinforce this momentum. We need to make sure the politicians hear us, and most importantly, we need to make sure the politicians answer us. Will Rick Santorum ever say no to the Pope? If not, doesn't that make the Pope president?
Yep.
Does Mitt Romney actually believe his underwear has magic properties? And if so, what else is he gonna believe? Will President Obama keep his campaign promise and end the faith-based initiatives, which he himself admitted was totally unconstitutional? Not yet, but we want to know why. We need to demand to know why. It's about time we stop letting people walk all over us. We're going to leverage this growth. We need to leverage this momentum to grow the American Atheist Organization, but also the movement on the whole. We need to make sure that the atheists in this country achieve what we're looking for, which is full equality in the hearts and minds of America's citizenry, including the military, of course. And we're going to take our progress through shame. Yes, shame. When somebody is bigoted at us, it's time to get in their faces. Yeah. It's time to say, oh really? You don't like atheists? You need God to be good? I don't have God. Are you going to tell me that I'm a bad person to my face? Are you going to hurt me because I don't believe in your God? Are you actually going to get in my way because you're too bigoted to realize there are people different from you? This needs to be done. This needs to be done in front of the cameras. When a politician shames a little girl, he needs to be booed. He needs to be voted out. He needs to be kicked out. We're on our way. Last year I said in 20 years we'd achieve equality. This was our first year. 19 years to go, and I think we're well on our way. Religion is in panic. Listen to them. Listen to them. Listen to what they're sprouting out. Contraception problems? Contraception regulation?
It's ridiculous.
I mean, Sarah Palin? Really?
Yeah.
Michelle Bachmann? And Buchanan? And Glenn Beck? All losing shows. All losing sponsors.
Woo!
We're growing. They're shrinking. We're expanding, and they're yelling, and they're complaining, and they're calling us names like conceited and arrogant, when all we're doing is telling the truth. All we're doing is saying that we're right, because, well, we are. Atheism is growing, and that makes us more prominent. Atheism being more prominent means we're less scary. If we're less scary, people will look into us, people will come out of the closet more, and that is how we get that snowball rolling, folks. That is how we get things going.